Civil Code of the Philippines, Title 6, Usufruct, Chapter 1, Usufruct in General. Article 562, Usufruct gives a right to enjoy the property of another with the obligation of preserving its form and substance unless the title constituting it or the law otherwise provides. Article 563. Usufruct is constituted by law, by the will of the private persons, expressed in acts inter vivos or in the last will or in the last will and testament and by prescription. Article 564. Usufruct may be constituted on the whole or a part of the fruits of the thing in favor of one or more persons simultaneously or successively or and in every case from or to a certain day, purely or conditionally. It may also be constituted on a right provided it is not strictly personal or intransmissible. Article 565. The rights and obligations of the usufructuary shall be those provided in the title constituting the usufruct. In default of such title, or in case it is deficient, the provisions contained in the two following chapters shall be observed. Chapter 2. Rights of the Usufructuary. Article 566. The usufructuary shall be entitled to all the natural, industrial, and civil fruits of the property in usufruct, with respect to hidden treasure, which may be found on the land or tenement. He shall be considered a stranger. Article 567. Natural or industrial fruits growing at the time the usufruct begins belong to the usufructuary. Those growing at the time the usufruct terminates belong to the owner. In the preceding cases, the usufructuary at the beginning of the usufruct has no obligation to refund to the owner any expenses incurred, but the owner shall be obliged to reimburse at the termination of the usufruct from the proceeds of the growing fruits the ordinary expenses of cultivation for seed and other similar expenses incurred by the usufructuary. The provisions of this article shall not prejudice the rights of third persons acquired either at the beginning or at the termination of the usufruct. Article 568. If the usufructuary has leased the lands or tenements given in usufruct, and the usufruct should expire before the termination of the lease, he or his heirs or successors shall receive only the proportionate share of the rent that must be paid by the lessee. Article 569. Civil fruits are deemed to accrue daily and belong to the usufructuary in proportion to the time the usufruct may last. Article 570. Whenever a usufruct is constituted on the right to receive a rent or periodical pension, whether in money or in fruits, or in the interest on bonds or securities payable to bearer, each payment due shall be considered as the proceeds or fruits of such right. Whenever it consists in the enjoyment or benefit accruing from a participation in any industrial or commercial enterprise, the date of the distribution of which is not fixed, such benefits shall have the same character. In either case, they shall be distributed as civil fruits and shall be applied in the manner prescribed in the preceding article. Article 571. The usufructuary shall have the right to enjoy any increase which the thing in usufruct may acquire through accession. The servitudes established in its favor and in general all the benefits inherent therein. Article 572. The usufructuary may personally enjoy the thing in usufruct, lease it to another, or alienate his right of usufruct, even by gratuitous title. But all the contracts he may enter into as such usufructuary shall terminate upon the expiration of the usufruct, serving leases of rural lands, which shall be considered as subsisting during the agricultural year. Article 573. Whenever the usufruct includes things which, without being consumed, gradually deteriorate through wear and tear, the usufructuary shall have the right to make use thereof in accordance with the purpose for which they are intended, and shall not be obliged to return them at the termination of the usufruct, except in their condition at that time, but he shall be obliged to indemnify the owner for any deterioration they may have suffered by reason of his fraud or negligence. Article 574. Whenever the usufruct includes things which cannot be used without being consumed, the usufructuary shall have the right to make use of them under the obligation of paying their appraised value and the termination of the usufruct, if they were appraised when delivered. In case they were not appraised, they shall have the right to return the same quantity and quality and pay their current price at the time the usufruct ceases. Article 575. The usufructuary of fruit-bearing trees and, and shrubs may make use of the dead trunks and even of those cut off or uprooted by accident, under the obligations to replace them with new plants. Article 576. If in consequence of a calamity or extraordinary event, the trees or shrubs shall have disappeared in such considerable number that it would not be possible or it would be too burdensome to replace them, the usufructuary may leave the dead, fallen or uprooted trunks at the disposal of the owner, and demand that the latter remove them and clear the land. Article 577. The usufructuary of woodland may enjoy all the benefits which may produce according to its nature. If the woodland is a copse or consists of timber for building, the usufructuary may do such ordinary cutting or felling as the owner was in the habit of doing, and the default of this, and in default of this, he may do so in accordance with the custom of the place as to the manner, amount, and season. In any case, the felling and cutting of trees shall be made in such manner as not to prejudice the preservation of the land. In nurseries, the usufructuary may make the necessary things in order that the remaining trees may properly grow. With the exemptions of the provisions of the preceding paragraph, the usufructuary cannot cut down trees unless it be so unless it be to restore or improve some of the things in usufruct, and in such case he shall first inform the owner of the necessity for the work. Article 578. The usufructuary of an action to recover real property or real right or movable property has the right to bring the action or and to oblige the owner thereof to give him the authority for this purpose and to furnish him whatever proof he may have. If in consequence of the enforcement of the action, he acquires the thing claimed, the usufruct shall be limited to the fruits, the dominion remaining with the owner. Article 579. The usufructuary may make on the property held in usufruct such useful improvements or expenses for mere pleasure as he may deem proper, provided he does not alter its form or substance, but he shall have no right to be indemnified therefor. He may, however, remove such improvements should it be possible to do so without damage to the property. Article 580. The usufructuary may set off the improvements he may have made on the property against any damage to the same. Article 581. The owner of the property, the usufruct of which is held by another, may alienate it, but he cannot alter its forms or substance, or do anything thereon, which may be prejudicial to the usufructuary. Article 582. The usufructuary of a part of a thing held in common shall exercise all the rights pertaining to the owner thereof, with respect to the administration and the collection of fruits or interest. Should the should the co-ownership cease by reason of the division of the thing held in common, the usufruct of the part allotted to the co-owner shall belong to the usufructuary.